Okay, here we go. I think we'll skip most of this intro. That is interesting. Obviously, it's just loading. So we're doing the marquee matchup of the NBA. We're doing the Golden State Warriors versus the Cleveland Cavaliers. I'm playing as Golden State. So let's go straight into it. So Oracle Arena in Oakland, and the intros tend to be pretty fancy. So we'll see what happens here. Beautiful lighting there. One half of the Splash Brothers, Klay Thompson. And of course, Stephen Curry. Stephen Curry, arguably the best player in the league. LeBron would have something to say about that. I think probably LeBron, but it's very close between those two. But then LeBron won the championship last year, so who knows. So there we are, Kevin Durant. And look at how I love the lighting effects in this game. Of course, Steve Kerr, former player, now doing pretty well as the coach. Oh wow, flames coming out of there. Yeah, they do things flashily in Golden State at the Oracle Arena. So there's a good look at the kind of new moving jerseys that they've done, which I'm not sure it's entirely worked. It makes the fabric look quite heavy, and I'm not sure that's entirely realistic. But it's nice to see that they actually move and they don't feel just stuck onto the players. So it's Pachulia going in for the tip-off here. Oh yes, with the tip-off. That'll do for a start. Klay Thompson driving in, flicking in the layup even. Feel like, yeah, Thompson's guarding the wrong player, which is expertly done.
Although I would tell you, Philly's got something brewing, don't you think? There's no doubt. And Embiid is at the very beginning of that.
Trying to just move it around.
Very unique bigs.
Oh, not a great start for Stephen Curry there.
Throw in possibly Gorgie Jang and Karl Anthony Towns. Might as well include those young guys as well. Anything with Towns, I think, has got to be part of the conversation.
Oh, lovely slam from Durant there. From one end to the other in an instant. And he made it look pretty effortless, which, let's be honest, he does in real life. So it'd be weird if there was any sort of if he didn't make it look effortless in the game. Oh yeah, I'm marking the wrong person. I should be marking this person. Ooh, pretty good start. Is Curry going to go for driving? Ooh, that'll do.
Offense clicking early here, 3 for 4 to start this one.
So Curry guarding Isaiah Thomas. Who of course went the other way from Boston to Cleveland in that big Kyrie Irving trade that slightly messed up the NBA 2K18 cover because they had him in a Cavaliers jersey, so they had to hastily mock it up again. And he is now in a Celtics jersey on the cover of the game. Pachulia, that'll do. That'll do very nicely. Easy to dunk when you're 6'7". Oh, fake stay it, because I think I tipped that. Almost managed to steal. They were going for the alley-oop. Oh no, I did manage to keep it. So Durant driving. Pachulia. Oh, I thought Green had it, but obviously not. I think Thomas about the only guy that Curry can comfortably guard physically. I'm not sure who's the taller, but they must be pretty similar.
approaches it. Right there, he uses just the right move to lay it in.
Yeah, you shouldn't get too overconfident with the smash rubbers. They are very good at shooting, but you still need to try and get them open. Oh, that's a pattern in my games. I get too overactive with the steals, and I get reaching fouls. Previous game I got, I can't remember who it was. Well, one of the stars for whoever. I've had one of the stars fouled out completely before, which is a little annoying, to say the least. That was just me trying to conjure up magic with Curry, which didn't work.
But the rest of the accolades are there for D-Wade. All the trips to the All-Star game, the first team, all defense, the All-NBA team.
Oh, yes! When Durant dunks it, he really dunks it. Absolutely smashed it in there.
Wade with it, guarded now by Durant. Wade kicks to Thompson. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. And here's Love from the arc. It's good from long range.
So they go ahead by 2. Extremely close game at the moment.
He's on the board for 3. Here's Green.
That'll do. Get a chance for an and one there. Not quite sure what that extreme close up there was. But yeah, points in the paint tends to be what I do. Partly because I'm not very good at shooting outside, so when I can, drive inside. And that one just managed to drop in. A nice little celebration from Draymond there. They are great facial models. You can see, if you look closely, you can even see reflections in the eyes of the lights in the stadium, which is a pretty amazing example of attention to detail. So we'll just skip to it. And yeah, just about. Far from a perfect release, but it just about dropped in. Oh, that's nice. And Green gets another one. So that makes it a 3-point lead for Golden State. Obviously, we've had pretty significant rotation by now, so pretty much all of the stars have gone, I would say. I'm not quite sure if there's any left on either team. Iguodala, I mean, you could consider him a star. Draymond Green, I definitely consider him a star. And that'll do. If you can't get to the line, just get fouled. Although I won't be going to the line. Oh, got a bit cocky there. I'm still only leading by a point, so I really shouldn't get cocky. And I'm not leading by a point. Now 2 points down. Ooh, that'll do. So yeah, it really is a close game, as you can tell.
Yeah, both sides trying to keep up with one another, but doing it from distance.
Rose, that's good. They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from 3-point range. Young with no one around.
Oh, I really thought that one was going to fall. It's one of those where your kind of heart's in your mouth for a second.
Rose kicks to Love. Off target with his 3. The Warriors trail.
Pop it in. Oh! Just trying to pop inside, but that didn't work, so I'll stay down by 2. I think so far this recreation of the premier matchup in the NBA is meeting expectations. It's a very close game, lots of scoring. Yeah. So obviously it would be good to get a score now because I don't really want to end up too far behind. But that'll do. Always nice when you can get a score and the foul. So I could potentially bring the deficit down to 1. Fingers crossed. He banked that in pretty nicely. There are very nice replays on this game, and nice bit of celebration there, bringing out the personality of the players. Although I have to say I know this guy, but apparently they've faithfully rendered all his tattoos, so I'm not the world's most avid watcher of the NBA. I catch a game here and there. It tends to be I learn about the real life NBA from playing NBA 2K. I certainly spend far more time playing NBA 2K than I do watching the real NBA. Although I guess that's partly it's partly because I'm in England and games are on at weird times, and you know if you're not in the country, yeah, they've done this for the end of quarters, which is interesting. Sometimes you just get these sort of sequence of still shots rather than actual moving highlights. I don't know, it has its advantages and disadvantages, but I think overall I prefer actual flowing highlights. But there's a quite nice sort of classic aesthetic to that decision as well. So, like I said, arguments on both sides. So yeah, first quarter down, trailing by 1. Close game. So a nice little pop in here. Draymond Green discussing his leadership role in the team. Again, it goes back to the whole thing about bringing out the personality of the players. There's some nice facial animation there. You know, he doesn't look so stiff. You get a bit of eyebrow movement. So they're very well done, and I think they serve a nice purpose in kind of reinforcing the sort of broadcast presentation of the game. So. And just that whole kind of professional sheen that NBA 2K18 really thrives on. The NBA 2K18 as a whole, I mean, there's not that was present in previous games as well, but there's, you know, everyone just seems to get a bit more polished. Oh, I really thought that was going to go in.
The new era of NBA basketball, playing outside the in. We'll see if they can take advantage of that.
Ooh, 6 points down. I've got in a bit of a hole now.
You've got Jay Crowder. Derrick Rose is out there with Kyle Korver. Then there's Kevin Love, and it's Smith in at the 3 slot. Now here's West. Wants to get it to Iguodala and does.
Yes, that'll do. 3-pointers are always nice when you go around by 6. Oh.
Right now, in your opinion.
A lot of guys play with a lot of fire, Kevin. Thinking about Jimmy Butler, DeMar DeRozan, the workload that he has for the Toronto Raptors.
And it feels like Livingston's become a pretty important part of this offense from the bench. Or was that Young? I'm not quite sure. I don't have the world's most extensive knowledge of the roster. Oh, Kevin Love. Yeah, speaking of players for playing important roles for their team, I feel like Kevin Love seems to always be the one who's left unguarded for whatever reason. Oh, that would have been that would have brought me level. But Iguodala possibly not the best outside shooter.
There are some guys in the league who don't do it. So when you have a guy who does it constantly, that's what makes him stand out.
Trying to just pop it out. Ooh. Yeah, he wasn't really open, but I thought he might be able to do it. Oh, you hate it when that goes the other way. So potentially they could go up by 6 now. They're already up by 5. Just got it in a little bit of a hole now. A little bit annoying.
I don't think Kyle had to do as much work in Cleveland, certainly with Kyrie Irving and LeBron James.
Curry in the.
Have his feet set, and we know he's one of the NBA's career leaders.
I guess he kind of won that the other way around, really. He'd want Draymond. He'd want. Oh. Here we are. Maybe Draymond can go and slam it now. Oh. Sometimes it just feels like there's a lid over the basket. Sometimes it really does. Oh, they're just really popping it around so quickly that I guess you just stick with the player who you're supposed to stick to, and you kind of hope that they miss, which they have. So nice opportunity. Oh, maybe I should have just... I was trying to be too clever there, I think. Ah, rubbish.
Beautiful work from Porter, hustling in transition and outworking a couple of defenders.
Oh, this is so frustrating. I mean, the fact that I can't defend obviously doesn't help. Oh, so I really need to take advantage of stuff like this.
You can tell your brain everything is all right. You'd be surprised on the stuff you can achieve.
Pachulia, finally, get down to 6. Need another defensive stop now, of course. Just have Curry guarding Thomas, so all the stars are back out again.
And so it's Cleveland with it, following the score by Golden State. And Pachulia pulls it down. Pachulia's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Curry.
That'll do. So the lead down to 4 now.
Because Steph moves so well, anytime he can get some separation, he starts to feel once he gets the ball, he's going to find some points.
Now here's Thomas.
Oh, Thomas. He's a good player. Oh, just about managed to retain that. My heart was in my mouth for a second there.
Like the aggressiveness and a great effort just to get a hand on it.
And Cleveland making a change here.
Oh, that wasn't so good.
Here's Thomas. Here's Thompson. Great D that time from Green.
And forcing the miss there. He just knows how to pressure you.
Oh.
You hear a lot about rim protection. This is a good example of how valuable it can be.
And you look at the Cavs coach, Tyronn Lue. Brent, what stands out to you?
Well, he's got...
Oh. So yeah, there was some funny action. It felt very much back and forth, and then no one was quite able to score, but we'll settle down now. Clay going to the line for 2. Ooh, I wasn't expecting his motion to be quite that quick. So it quite often takes a shot just to understand the player's throwing motion. I think if I understood his, I would have got both, but as it is, I'm still down by 5.
He believes it's always going to go in. More importantly, and he's got that shooter's mentality.
Down by 7.
He just will continue to trust in his mechanics, and I don't think he gets enough credit for just how hard he works to maintain that shot.
Here is Durant. Tristan Thompson picking up that last bucket. Thompson for 3.
Oh!
And missing.
Not quite enough defense.
One of the trademarks of NBA there, that those moments where it's like, oh.
That's his first foul. Andre Iguodala.
Lovely ball physics there.
Switch here also for Cleveland. Crowder, he's checked in for Iman Shumpert.
But yeah, it does feel like I'm in a bit of a hole, and I just can't quite get out of it. Oh, what a block that is. That's exactly the sort of blocking you need to get out of holes. Oh! But you need to score when going the other way, of course. Otherwise, then the lead's going to stay. It's going to stay there, isn't it? You know. And now they're just going to bide their time. Oh! I just about managed to. Oh yes, 0.2 seconds left. Take it down to 5 points, and we go in at 5 points down at the half. Whew. A breathless half of basketball, I think you'd agree. I'm going to be exhausted. I'm just sitting here. That's what Steve Kerr going to say.
What is the offensive approach going to be in the second half? Well, we just have to do what we do,
move the ball he's talking about. I do think the coaches could be slightly higher resolution. You can see his neck showing through his collar there, which is not great attention to detail. And compared to the players, who really do look absolutely pinpoint, the coaches are occasionally not quite such genuine likenesses. So the halftime show here. They're doing their usual sort of bonhomie. Well, we'll get some nice highlights here. Lovely. It started very well. So I ended up leading by 1 at the end of the first quarter, which was pretty good. But obviously, it was Cleveland that really took over in the second quarter, or I just went off the boil. I'm not quite sure which one it was, but some nice highlights there. And then second quarter, it really did start becoming more and more about Cleveland, and obviously it was only that last basket right at the end that brought it down to 5. Blocks I'm winning in, rebounds really close, assists very close, field goal percentage there just above the league in steals. So let's dive in. Not an insurmountable deficit, but I really need to be on point for this. Are we going to get a nice scenic shot of the metro? Interesting. Oh, the trademark of NBA 2K games released the first few years. It's the trampoline basketball, people.
Nice game. Great performance by Kyle Korver.
So yeah, Corver's been doing well against me. 7 points, 3 out of 4. 7.7 minutes, you'd take that, wouldn't you? So here we go back in. So Durant versus James, what can we do? Just try and physically block him. And I think that was just luck, to be honest. Ooh, take that all day long. Soaring above and smashing it in. So just a 3-point deficit now. So, oh, very nice. Oh, I wish I just driven at the hoop.
Some nice passing by Cleveland here. Wade kicks to Love. Pass to Thomas. He dishes it to Wade. 6 to shoot.
That'll do. Oh, Curry is a layup wizard. He really is. There's a nice variety in the layup animations. You really do. You kind of forget they're all just canned animations, because there really is a really nice variety in the way they react dynamically to different situations. So if I could take advantage of this. Oh!
That enabled them to bring back every big-time contributor from their 2017 championship roster.
Thomas, after the missed 3 from Stephen Curry.
They got to be more active on offense and maybe a little bit more aggressive going to the rim. 0 of 4, not impressive thus far.
Oh, but Julia goes for it, fouled. So obviously, if I knock them both in, chance to take the lead here. So yeah, I mean the fabric on that jacket, that really is not great. That's an example of not great attention to detail on the coaches. Like the players look sensational, but some of the coaches, the standards drop slightly, which is in some ways understandable. Obviously they're not as screened as much, but if you're thinking of the kind of areas to work on, really nailing down the look of those coaches would be great. I love how you can see the sweat beads running down his arm, which you kind of get as the game progresses. It won't be at the start, but by the end they'll be kind of drenched in sweat. So quiet here. Can I nail these two? 1. So that's tied it. Someone coming on. Not quite sure who. It might have been Dwayne Wade. So pretty big 3-throw for Julia here. Oh, he misses. So it stays at 38 all. Oh no, that's no defense whatsoever. And a nice tip in from LeBron.
I'm more more than okay with that. You know, so some of the guys, Kevin, in the new age are.
Oh, that'll do. And from the three-point line takes the lead.
Modern day fast break is not your classic 3-on-2, and we're going to take the wings coming in, and we're going to feed one guy for a layup. That first available wide open three-point shot, whether 2 seconds into the possession or 12, is something coaches are willing to live with.
Problem is, though, sometimes that big wants to run and does run, but you don't reward it.
Oh, nice.
That's exactly right, Kevin. You have a
Feels like the first time I've been leading in a while. But it was nice work from Young there. So overall shooting 50% from the field, so that's pretty good. Obviously that's a little bit distorted by the fact that quite often I've not been so much shooting as dunking and layupping. Laying up, possibly.
LeBron James consistent there from the mid-range when he's in a good.
Oh, that wasn't very good. It was lightly contested, but I messed up the release. I messed up the release completely. So yes, I'm down again.
And this is what it's all about, guys. The competitive spirit, the energy that we're seeing. This one's got the feeling like it's going to go down.
And if it does, as even
Yeah, it does feel like it's going down to the wire. This one, it really does. Very close game. So obviously he'll get 2 shots, and I think Dwayne Wade, you'd expect them to nail them both really, but you know. Ooh, so one missed there. So maximum lead they could go up to is 2.
Wade is a very consistent performer from the foul line. This is why you always avoid fouling him if you can.
And the Warriors making a change here. Iguodala's checked in. And a switcher also for Cleveland. Crowder, he's checked in for James. Iguodala with it. Now Smith defending. And
oh, just running into traffic there. That's a good way to get your ball stolen.
Once again off the mark by Cleveland.
Pachulia, pop it out.
Thomas used to ride the train down to Portland and stay the weekend at the
Oh!
For those two teaming up
I felt like both of those should have gone in, really.
Now here is Smith.
Maybe they would have done if we had the stars on the court and not the bench players.
Here's Smith. 2 points. That one goes.
I just kept misreading when he was actually going to go for it and blocking at all the wrong times. Oh, well, he saved it from going out. He didn't exactly save the possession, though. Ooh. Oh. Just, it's not working. Luckily, it's not working. Oh, and I'm not quite sure what happened there, but yeah, I haven't scored in the last 2 minutes 18. That's not winning basketball. I think Klay Thompson's come on now, so at least a little bit of star power. I mean, I should be doing better with these bench players, but what can I say? I'm not. So I'm down by 6.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Oh. Yeah, I don't blame them for booing. This is really not what you expect. Oh, and I can't get that back either. And now I really am in a hole after a 13-5 run. So let's see if Draymond... Yes. Sometimes you just need a big physical presence in there. But still, 6 points deficit. It's far from ideal. So, yeah, that was not a subtle foul. Steve Kerr doesn't look happy, as you wouldn't be. Down by 6. Pops it in and pops it in. So...
face to this basketball
Okay.
team. He comes in, he does
So
a lot of things well, and accepts the defensive responsibility that is placed
pops
on
that
him.
in.
And both free throws good for Shumpert. Golden State's
So
gone
still down by 8.
down since halftime.
Oh,
If
important
they can
steal.
just hold this now for the last shot.
Right, no need to get the ball
Oh,
back here. Run the clock down, be
so
patient,
chances are.
and run a decent play.
Here's Thompson. To put that
Oh, how many times am I going to give up that rebound?
and the
Jesus.
Cavaliers lead by 10.
That's what Tristan
And
Thompson
no
does.
chance with 0.2 seconds.
Working the deal.
And so it's the
So we're going to need a hell of a performance in the fourth quarter. We really are.
10-point lead. And they've created a bunch of turnovers.
Well, I am.
with that terrific D. And we'll be back with you shortly.
Lovely shot there. He looks really pissed off. So a 10-point deficit in one quarter. It's going to need lockdown D. It's going to need pinpoint shooting.
Now let's listen in to head coach.
It's going to need a hell of a performance. But I have a feeling that these fans at the Oracle Arena are not going to go home happy.
Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up. 2K Sports, happy to have you with us. All right, now a chance to set the floor.
Oh, and especially not if I start like that. Wow. Talk about the worst possible. Oh, that's all right, actually.
Got Tristan Thompson.
Shouldn't.
J.R. Smith out there with Jay Crow. Then it's Isaiah Thomas. And it's
Oh man, it really does feel like there's a lid on that basket. I swear there's a lid on that basket.
Smith kicks to Crowder. Pass to Thomas. Double team on Thomas. Stolen by Durant.
Oh, that'll do. That'll do. That'll do. That'll do.
Curry with
And that will do very nicely.
one for Iguodala.
Down to 7.
3 assists in the game.
Yeah, I need more steals. I need more 3-pointers.
Thompson against Shumpert.
I need more of all of that.
6 to shoot. The screen from Thompson. From deep, Thomas. Green with the rebound. Green's got 5 rebounds tonight.
Oh, that'll do.
There's a chance for 3-point
Curry gets it in.
line for 1.
And he's going to the line for 1, which could take it down to a 4-point game in an instant. It's amazing how quickly the momentum can change in this game. It's one of the things I really love about it. Even when you think you're kind of down and out, it kind of focuses you and you get it going. Steph Curry looks rather awesome. And pretty amazing likeness, as you'd expect from one of these stars of the NBA. I think in star, instead of who's the biggest star name, I think you go LeBron 1, Curry 2, really. And probably Clay 3. Oh, look at that. Chewing on his mouth guard as he does in real life. And that'll do. And we've got a 4-point lead. 4-point. Wow, 4-point lead now. 4-point deficit. Really trying to body up Isaiah physically. Oh. So it's first personal, first team. And that's a foul I get in a lot, reaching just over eager on the steal.
Thompson outside. Feeds it to James. And that's going to be too many steps. What's the whistle on the drive?
So a travelling violation.
He's been rock solid.
I really lucked out there. I'm not quite sure what happened there, but I mean, you say that all day long, don't you? As the defensive side.
Outside for Curry.
Curry doubled.
Durant with it.
I think that should open up opportunities, but it doesn't always.
Iguodala outside. Outside Durant. Here's the 3. And there's
Oh yes, Curry doing what he does best, and it's yeah, Steph for MVP. I heartily agree with that in this game at least. Oh, ah.
And the Cavaliers lead by 3.
So it's a 3-point deficit once again.
Every time the ball comes inside.
Durant, the pass to Green. Outside Curry. Kicks it out to Iguodala. Green dishes to Curry. Golden State moving it around.
Oh, moving around too much apparently. So Cleveland pick it off.
Thomas against Curry. Thompson sets the pick for Thomas. Outside Korver.
May just trying to guard Thompson because he's relatively easy to guard. And that'll do. That's what happens. Oh, nicely done. So down to 1. Lovely layup from Durant. I thought he might really go for it, but he just kind of casually lays it in. Oh, let's take a breath with the timeout. And we're going into cheerleaders mode. They look alright. I think they could do with some extra work, just like the coaches, but I'm sure they're somewhat far down the list of priorities. A nice little blimp cam, although quite why blimp cam is not providing a very clear picture, I don't really know. These bits are a bit more fun in arenas that have kind of outside mascots, almost your mascots on stilts, which is always great fun. You get t-shirt cannons. But I think let's dive back into it.
Pachulia's checked in. Then for the Cavaliers, Kevin Love comes in for Jay Crowder.
So Pachulia's back in.
For Kyle Korver.
And I'm going to go to my usual defensive matchup, Curry versus Thomas.
This game's still up for grabs. He told his team, hey, we're in position to take this one, guys. Let's stay focused and
Nicely done from LeBron.
We'll get it done.
So we're back to the 3-point deficit.
You know, Brent, Curry, arguably one of the best players in the NBA, as you were talking about moments ago. Certainly one of the best ever to play.
And a blocking foul there. Oh, Durant really does look stunning.
Shooters, if not the greatest shooter of all time, and think about how it is that Curry started his career, the ankle problems at Golden State, allowing him to sign the
I thought that was Thompson. I thought that was Clay, but I think it was Pachulia, and that's not Pachulia's strength.
But of the league itself.
Now here's James, laid outside. LeBron sets the screen 4-way. James with it, outguarded by Pachulia. He gets it.
James doesn't. Oh, down by 5 again. So that sort of missed possession. Oh, that may have been a little reckless. When I say a little reckless, I mean extremely reckless.
And here is Thomas. The screen from Thompson. Shoots from the elbow.
Good work from Curry there. You don't say, you don't often talk about Curry's defense, but he got 2 points there. It's a shame that one didn't drop in. That could have been a big swing. But lovely work. Just not quite. James blocking him. And again, he pops it out. Pops it in his mouth. Trademark Steph Curry there. One in, 97% chance. It's got a very quick release. You can see the sweat running down his face, running down his arms. But also, I mean, he's been there a million times, hasn't he? And pops another one in. So it's still a 3-point deficit with 2 minutes left. This is seriously close, isn't it? What can they do against LeBron? Oh. So I really need to. I think I need to nail a 3. But if you're giving me the, and I thought they were giving me the inside court, but not quite. And once again, down by 3. This game, it won't quite get in my grasp, but it won't quite get out of it either. Oh, that was very poor defensively. And we're back down to 5.
timeout call.
I think we're going to skip this timeout.
They're down by 5. 1:14
From
left in the fourth
killing me
quarter.
in rebounds.
Now the presentation of our Jordan player of the game, LeBron James.
So, yeah, LeBron player of the game.
Made his mark with his work inside.
And I can't deny
He's just been
he has played very well.
always moving, getting to the basket at will, and just seemingly taking it.
Ooh, that'll do. That'll do very nicely. Within 2 points down. 1 minute, 8, 7, 6.
The screen from Thompson. Shot off the pick.
Oh, and he's missed. And look, you can see the crowd getting up. They're on the feet.
Curry dishes to Green. Thompson in the corner.
Should I have gone for that shot for Durant?
Here's Durant.
Oh, 2 points. So talk about pressure. Look at the sweat running down his face.
The foul against Cleveland.
44.9 seconds and 2 3-throw shots to tie the game. So Durant goes to the line. The slight problem I have is I'm not quite sure about his throwing motion. Little bum wiggle there. That should go in. Did go in.
The pure length of Durant makes his shot so difficult to contest. Just one of many reasons he lives at the free throw line.
Oh, yes. So 44.9 seconds and we're tied at 65 and Curry is loving it.
The score knotted at 65.
And yeah, we're skipping time.
4 seconds left to play in the final quarter.
Just try and block the inbound. You never know, you might be able to.
44 seconds left to play here in the
Oh, they went for something. It didn't work.
Here's Thompson. It's in.
Yes! Whew. This really is. This one will go down the annals, surely.
Now here's James.
Just a regular season game, but you know, the quality there. Oh!
There to thread the pass to the wide open man for the clean look.
One item that stood out, their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking, and more importantly, it makes it really hard to defend.
Curry kicks to Thompson.
So I'm just trying to
Outside, Green.
see if I
At
can
the top of the key, Curry.
just nail it at the end.
Over Thompson.
Oh!
Off the mark. And regulation now.
And we're going into overtime.
It's the NBA on
What was already a classic match is
Oracle Arena.
getting towards all-time classic status now. Tied at 67. We go into overtime. Oh, wow. Well, it's kind of what you expect from when you get Cleveland and Golden State, the premier matchup in the NBA, the main event matchup, the heavyweight contest. And it's living up to expectations, you have to say.
Time just upon us as they get ready for
Beautiful example of how you can see the reflections in the floor. The attention to detail in this game really is superb. Okay, so here we go, into overtime. Pachulia gets the tip.
and always
Green passes to Thompson.
this overtime now.
And a blocking foul.
Courtesy of Gatorade.
I mean, they don't really matter. They don't send you to the line, but they can mount up, of course.
And so in the game for the Cavaliers.
Just trying to pop it to Curry, who banks in the layup.
And it's LeBron with the three.
A nice start.
Better Steph stepping up. What a great feel for the moment. Steph Curry. Bingo.
The screen from Thompson. Thomas kicks to Love.
Love has been an important factor in this game,
To LeBron.
and obviously LeBron is an important factor in every game.
As it just snugs right down through the net.
Making it look pretty effortless right now. LeBron James in a rhythm.
Here's Green. And
Oh, and that'll do nicely. Blocks, still gets it in. Draymond Green really is what he's a hefty man, shall we say? He's a big unit, so he can power through contact and bank in the layup. Very, very nicely done. Again, I have no idea what his throwing motion is, so this will be interesting. Oh, a nice and slow one, and pops it in. So, a 3-point lead for the Warriors, and it's been a while since I have said that. Oh no, and it's because of things like that.
This is what makes Tristan so vital to his team. Great activity on the glass, and then the quick jam.
Oh, and Durant is also some player. Good old KD. So obviously, if we keep trading baskets, then it'll all be fine. Famous last words. So, hey. Oh! Draymond Green slams it home. Cleveland Cavaliers were very disappointed there, but Green takes full advantage, driving into the lane. Oh! Just... Oof. Oh, Thomas. So we're back down to that. Oh, that wasn't good. That wasn't good at all. Oh, great work from James, you have to say. And all of a sudden, stuff is not going in for either team in some ways. Durant just pops it in. Obviously, if I could just stay at this 5-point lead, that would be very nice. But it's not easy when you're playing. Well, you have to say the best team in the NBA. They won the series, and it's 3 points. Oh, just about managed to keep it, and just about managed to get it in. A breathless end to this contest, you'd have to say, despite the fact I'm leading by 5 points, so it should be relatively comfortable. And another timeout, and we're skipping it again.
Thomas passes to James. Thomas a screen.
I wonder if it might be worth just if they want to.
Double team on Thomas. On the wing.
Oh! 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 Ooh! That's what Durant does. He slams it home with authority. Another timeout. 5 points ahead. 27.2 seconds left. What a game this is. I think in terms of a pure neutral, you'd want it to be a little bit closer, but in terms of the man embodying the Golden State Warriors, I would not want it to be a little bit closer. I quite like having this 5-point advantage. Just trying to see if I can block the inbound. Oh! And now they're in desperation fouling mode. And I'm not sure Durant is the man you want to be in desperation fouling mode against. Although Curry is probably even lower on the list. And they send Curry to the line. So as long as I keep my cool, Curry's not had a bad game, hasn't he? 17 points, 6 out of 14, 2 out of 5. Well, 2 out of 5 is probably quite low for him. I feel like he probably shoots 3 points at a significantly higher rate than that. But he pops in 3 foes, makes it look very easy. So just try and... James are popping in a 3-pointer. So it's only 4.2 seconds left, so I think I can finally say that I have won this one. It's been close. It's been chaotic. It's been interesting. But I think finally... Oh, managed to give it away at the end. But here we go. 7 points. And a pulsating contest comes to a close. Warriors win. Indeed. What a game that was. Just managed to stretch out ahead in overtime. Durant, a key part of that victory, so he's getting the FaceTime with Kevin Aldridge. 20 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. You'll take that. You can see the man drenched in sweat from an hour of basketball plus overtime. A dynamic, pulsating contest. Some really nice highlights at the end here. There really was some really great basketball being played. Great blocking by Curry there. Durant slamming it home. The crowd at the Oracle Arena loving it. And we'll call that a day.